She made you question yourself, your worth, your sanity, your strength. Every word felt like a test you kept failing. But what if the pain she caused was never really about her? What if it was about something within you calling out for healing? This is where your awakening begins. Before we go deeper, take a second to subscribe to the channel if you are on your own healing journey. You are not alone, and here your story matters. Part 1. The wound that keeps returning. She was not loud, she did not scream or throw things, but somehow her words left deeper bruises than any raised voice ever could. It was in the way she paused before saying something, like she measured the damage before letting it land. You would leave the room feeling smaller, unsure why, only to later replay the moment in your head and realize she had hit you where it hurt most. You told yourself to let it go, that she was just tired, that she probably did not mean it the way it sounded, but this was not the first time. It had happened before in different ways, sometimes through silence, other times through perfectly timed jabs. You kept brushing it off, trying to be understanding, trying to be the bigger person. But with every encounter, something inside you tightened. Part of you knew this was not okay. A part of you whispered, why did she always get away with it? Carl Jung believed that what we refuse to face in ourselves will show up in the people around us. He called this the shadow, the dark, rejected parts of our personality that we push away. The shadow holds everything we have been taught to hide: our anger, our sadness, our fears, our unmet needs. But just because we bury them does not mean they disappear. Instead, they show up in disguise, often in the form of people who push all our buttons. That is why the people who hurt us the most often seem strangely familiar. They trigger something that feels ancient. It is as if they are reenacting a scene we have played before, one where we were voiceless, powerless, ashamed. And each time it happens, we do not just react to what is happening now. We react to everything we never healed from back then. Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." That is the danger of an unhealed wound. It keeps attracting the same story over and over until you finally look inward and break the cycle. She may never change, but you can. And the moment you begin to see the wound for what it truly is, not just what she did, but what inside you needs to heal, everything starts to shift. The cycle can stop. The hurt does not have to return. You do not have to go through this again. Part 2. The mirror you did not want. There is a reason she triggers you in a way no one else does. It is not just about her words or her actions. It is something deeper, something more intimate. She reflects a part of you that you have long tried to avoid. Carl Jung called it the mirror effect of relationships. The people who enter our lives are not just random. Often, they mirror the pieces of ourselves we are not ready to see. If this resonates with you, do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more healing insights. You may think, but I am nothing like her. And maybe that is true on the surface. Maybe you are kinder. Maybe you never speak with the sharpness she uses. But Jung believed that we are drawn to people who activate our unconscious. That means there is something about her presence, her behavior, her energy that stirs an unhealed version of you. Maybe you were once a child who was not allowed to cry, who had to stay quiet to survive. So now when she mocks your sensitivity or shames your emotions, it cuts deeper, not because of who she is, but because of what she represents. She becomes the voice that echoes every moment you were told you are too much or you are not enough. The more you try to fight her or fix her, the more power you give her. Jung taught that true healing does not come from changing others. It comes from integrating what they reveal about us. The reason her presence feels like poison is because she has become the external embodiment of your internal battle. You are not just fighting with her, you are fighting with the parts of yourself you wish were different, more confident, more assertive, more whole. Pause here for a moment. Think of her face, her tone, her timing. What emotion does she trigger in you most? Shame, fear, anger, emptiness. Comment below, what is one feeling you carry because of her? Saying it out loud might be the beginning of letting it go. Let us go deeper now. Because the healing does not happen by confronting her. It happens when you confront yourself. Jung warned us, if we do not face our inner world, we will continue to see it projected outward. That is what she is, a projection, a mirror, a painful gift wrapped in the disguise of conflict. She is not in your life by accident. She came to show you the edge of your healing, and that edge is where transformation begins. Part 3, when love feels like a trap. There were moments when she was kind, when she laughed with you, when she said things that made you believe just for a second that maybe she cared. And that is what made it so confusing. If she were cruel all the time, you would have walked away, but she was not. She gave just enough softness to keep you hoping, just enough warmth to make you question your pain. It was not constant abuse, it was inconsistent affection, and that is what trapped you. Carl Jung warned about the dangers of unconscious relationships. He spoke of the anima, the feminine aspect within the psyche. It is not always gentle or nurturing. Sometimes she appears in her chaotic form, disorienting, seductive, unpredictable. When this energy is projected onto a real woman, the lines blur. You do not see her as she is. You see her as a symbol of what you long for, what you fear, what you have yet to reconcile within yourself. That is why she felt magnetic, not because she was safe, but because she represented something unresolved. She made you feel like a child again, trying to earn love, trying to make sense of rejection, trying to hold on to someone who kept slipping away. It was never just about her. It was about you trying to rewrite an old story with a new character. But love should not feel like a test. It should not leave you anxious, second-guessing, or chasing emotional breadcrumbs. When love feels like a trap, it usually means the part of you that is choosing love is wounded. You are not choosing from wholeness, you are choosing from hunger. If this spoke to something deep inside you, tell me in the comments. What part of you are you ready to reclaim today? Your voice, your boundaries, your worth? Let this be your turning point. And if this helped you, share it with someone who is still hurting in silence, because healing does not happen in isolation. Ask yourself now, if this love feels like a trap, then what is it keeping you from? Freedom, peace, self-worth? The longer you stay in the loop, the harder it becomes to hear your own voice beneath the noise. And you deserve to hear that voice again. The moment you begin to choose peace over proof, when you stop needing her to validate your worth, when you finally realize that love is not supposed to confuse you or punish you, that is the moment the trap begins to dissolve. It is not about her changing, it is about you waking up. And once you see it for what it is, you cannot go back to sleep. She may never apologize, she may never change, but that no longer matters. Because now you see clearly, you choose peace, you choose truth, you choose yourself. Let this be the chapter where you stop surviving and start becoming whole. If this spoke to your soul, share your story in the comments below.